Um, nothing super new. If you want the free quick start to Hollows, which is a great upcoming game that we at Rowan Rick and Deckard are putting onto a crowdfunding shortly, you can go to rrdgames.com/hollows and check it out. But nothing brand new. That's the same thing I've been plugging for a little while. It's worth it. Check it out. Other than that, nothing new. Thank you for the prompt. Appreciate it. Um, Someone
Yeah.
in chat has just said potentially only I have sound.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, hi everyone. How are you today? I'll just vamp for a minute. uh
I'm just gonna say a lot of weird shit for a second here. Oh, CJ vanished.
Uh-oh, that was weird.
oh. Oh.
Well, while we wait on that, let's see. Sure, let's just plug things while we're waiting. How's that?
Well, nobody else. Nobody can be heard apparently.
Well,
well, we don't know if not everybody else can be heard because none of us else talked except for CJ and Ian.
Okay,
That's
I
true.
fixed my audio problem. I see what that was.
Theo. Okay, so Theo can be heard.
Yes.
Can I be heard?
Yeah, you should
about
be able
me?
to be heard.
Okay.
can I be heard?
Oh, so
Okay.
it's just you, Ian.
Yeah, it was just me.
Yep,
It looked like
but-
I was getting no audio. Well, good. Well, welcome to the silence show in which you enjoy the silence.
Yeah, thank you, Depeche Mode.
Um, so, let's get right back into it. So, I think that last time, usually we end with wrapping up a mystery and kind of doing the bookkeeping on that. And we didn't get to do that, but essentially everybody did get 2 XP from that because we did learn a lot about our crew, and we learned we did complete we did complete the mystery. We did get the antique you were looking for.
Oh,
It's just
Ian, since I was not there, do I also get 2 points of experience?
no. Stop trying to cheat.
That's my bread and butter, man. Not really. That's a lie.
No, you're good. You don't get it.
Thanks.
That means I didn't realize that. I wasn't thinking about it, but that means I level up.
Yeah. If you've got something right now that you wanna get, you can take it. If not, just think about it for now, because it may be something you need.
There's a sizable chance that I'm going to level up in the middle of game. Am I allowed to take things in the middle of game?
Yeah, I don't think I mind that.
Okay.
I do level up, and I can't see anything, so pardon my reading glasses. I would like to take Screw You, where I get to spend a point of luck to get +1 ongoing versus one particular monster. And this lasts until that monster is dead.
Okay.
I fucking love this game.
Yeah.
Just a side note, I actually absolutely love Asima in those reading classes.
Mm-hmm.
They're
And in book
incredible.
especially.
Yeah.
They seem to go.
Asuma is an icon.
Yeah.
So,
Anyway,
when we left off, I'm going to start back with what would have been Theo and Francine. Francine's player was not able to join us, so we'll work with that. So what essentially happens is that Francine kind of, as you get towards the car, kind of freezes up, kind of gives you a little bit of a shock, which is bad because I think you're already a little bit shocked, and stresses out, and kind of runs off into the woods in the direction of town.
No, wait, God damn it. Shit. I pondered running after her, but then realized that that means I'm on foot chasing them through the woods at who knows what speed, and then I have to get back to my car anyway. So it's like, oh, fuck it, and just get into the convertible and drive back to the bookstore.
Whoop.
Who's Discord?
So, yeah. So, yeah, we'll have to solve whatever mystery that was next time. And, okay, so you're just driving back to the bookstore?
Yeah, I mean, Francine is gone, but out into the woods somewhere. But as far as I'm aware, Pearl and Asuma teleported back to. Yeah, they teleported back to the bookshop with the antiques. So I got to go back there to meet up with them.
Okay. So, you pull up to the bookstore, and I believe, Bryn, are you at the bookstore?
Yeah, Bryn's there. I believe the bookstore is not publicly open, but you'll find Bryn when you come into the bookstore.
Oh yeah,
After all,
because
I
I've got the
think,
key now.
Yeah, I think Fran insisted she remain in bed was what happened last session. So,
Well, I will pull up and I will unlock the door, walk in, and then look to Bryn and just go, "Oh, you're up."
yeah, I got word.
All right, where's everybody else?
Well, you're the first one back, so
That-
that concerns me that you're asking and not expecting that response.
I mean, I kind of figured Asuma with her teleportation abilities and whatnot could get back here a hell of a lot quicker than a convertible could, unless they stop somewhere.
So, I'm not gonna ask for the whole story. What happened?
Well, that sounds like you're asking for the whole story.
Right, the synopsis, like the back of the book.
Right. Well, we got a clue to one of the other missing pieces. It was at this old theme park that had a big old reopening. So we went there. We retrieved the piece. Fought a bunch of possessed animatronics. That was a blast. And then because we had everybody in the park was suddenly attracted to this thing because that's just a running theme with this stuff is everybody wants it even though they don't know they want it.
Right, that has been.
So everybody's coming our way. So we give the thing to Pearl, and she and Asuma teleport out of here so that Fran and I can make a distraction. They teleport out of here. I help haul Fran back to the car. By the time I get back to the car, Fran kind of berserks and runs off. I don't know where the hell she went. Thought she might beat me back here too.
I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, so the moral of the story is I thought that I'd be the last person here, but turns out I'm the first.
Okay. Wow. And she kind of sets her book down and stands up. Do we stay and see if they come back? Or should we try and find them?
Storyteller, at this point, I'm going to invoke my move of Destiny's Plaything to roll plus weird to see if I have any sudden insight as to answer that question.
Okay.
Seven. On a 7 to 9, you get a vague hint about your immediate future.
Vague hint about your immediate future definitely sees you fighting a demon.
Do I get any sense of where it is, or just suddenly I'm fighting a demon?
The where is very vague. It seems like it's
Okay.
maybe in a prison, a mine.
Okay. And is it? Can I just see me, or can I get any sense of anybody else there?
There are vague other shapes that you think
Okay,
you might
that's enough for
recognize,
me.
but you don't know.
All right. So about the time that Bryn asks if we should stay here and wait or go looking for them, Theo just sort of like furrows the brow and goes, I don't know, but I'm getting the feeling that whatever we choose, we're not going to be here too long.
Okay. Yeah. So let's head it off at the pass. Let's. Do you mind driving? We'll drive around and see if we can find one of them.
Yeah, sure. Take a ride around town, see what we can get. You ain't been in town that long, right?
Well, I spent some of my summers here, but I yeah, I'm not a full-time resident until a couple of months ago.
So you wouldn't happen to like know the local law enforcement around here?
Not personally, no.
All right. Had a weird stop in this morning by one of them, but I have my suspicions that may be something larger at play.
Okay. Yeah, you can fill me in while we look for them. And Bryn's gonna like shuffle around under the shop desk and pull out a thermos and just empty the rest of her tea into the thermos. And they're like, let's go.
All right, and I'll just right back to the convertible as we drive. I will tell Bryn all about the the sheriff from another time that semi-threatened Theo in the middle of the shop under his breath.
Yeah.
Where are you?
Literally just driving
Probably do a
around town.
Circle
like
of the
so,
town.
yeah,
Like when you're
very
looking for a lost dog.
right. Just slow cruising around town.
Have you seen this gin? Okay.
Bryn's just like sipping tea and just like.
Okay, well then we'll go ahead and let you two do that for a minute, and we'll flip the scene to the prison cell. And we'll start there. So, Cyrene, I think you get a beginning of a mystery roll that you can do.
I sure do. Okay. Roll plus weird. Ah! Oh my god, seriously? The fates are already not with us. Where the fuck did it go?
Yeah, if you drop the dice, it means that you die. I'm sorry, that it's page
If I drop the
143.
die.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know why it's on page 143 in the middle of one of the playbooks. It's a weird place to put it, but that's what they did.
That is 10.
10.
Yep, 10. Okay.
Does
sorry.
it mean anything more if you get 10?
Yeah, so on a 10 plus, you get a detailed vision of something bad that is yet to happen. You take +1 forward to prevent it from coming true and mark experience if you stop it.
Okay. The detailed vision that you get is that you're in like what appears to be a circular cell in which the floor is slowly constricting, in which below you is what appears to be an abyss. Pearl is badly bleeding out at the same time, and Asima seems conflicted. And something has to happen.
Interesting.
So put that in your pocket. I guess.
Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm only seeing the 3 of us in this vision.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've received this vision kind of in a dream, and so you will wake up in
Mm-hmm.
what appears to be a prison cell, much like the one you just had in your vision.
She just like takes stock of what's around her and just does like this very deep sigh because up until recently her visions that she's had have been so very mundane, and then all of this has begun, and she, I assume, looks and sees Pearl and Asuma.
Yeah, Pearl.
Are they unconscious or are they conscious?
No, they're very much conscious, and
Okay. Yeah, Cyrena will just awaken, sort of sigh, and look at the two of you and just go, I knew this would happen.
Well, maybe if you were around earlier, you could have told us.
I did.
Pearl has magicked like some snacks. And it's just
Some orange slices.
yeah.
Cyrena will just say, I mentioned that I would see you in jail, but then I had to go. So,
No
obviously,
offense, but sweetheart, I don't listen to a lot of what you say. It's a little bit nonsense sometimes. Or I do listen, it just does not, I don't retain it most of the time. And that is mostly because it does not make sense.
well,
However, this one time,
multiple times. Nope, doesn't matter. I don't need to explain myself to anybody. Regardless, something very bad is going to happen. Probably probably soon. Very likely in this room. So, you... Pearl, you're going to be in probably a lot of danger. I'm also going to be in a lot of danger, and Asma, you're going to have to make a decision, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not entirely sure what the correct thing is, but Pearl's going to be badly injured. I'm probably going to be very, very close to dying. And I think you get to act. So, do with that what you will.
now what is with psychics always ruining the surprise? Come on, that doesn't work.
Asuma has been like kind of hidden in a corner and like walks up when this demon comes in. It's like, I want to talk to the manager. Is that
quick
you?
out of character. Has Pearl ever seen Asuma look like this?
Probably not.
Okay.
Yeah, probably not. But it probably looks very comfortable and familiar.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. So yeah,
Okay. Continue.
Well, you can't talk to the manager so much, but we'll let you talk to the warden.
the what?
The warden. That's
Look.
me.
Oh, all
Of
right.
course.
Warden Haloof. Look, do I look like I need to be here?
Well,
Clearly, this is a grave mistake.
mm-hmm.
I mean, you for sure look like you could do some damage if you needed to. I mean, not that you couldn't before, but even more so now after this swanky little transformation.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
You're so welcome.
I try.
The blue
Still getting used
really
to the
looks good on
fangs.
you.
I really haven't had the fangs in a while, but the better to
Uh,
rip the flesh from your bones, motherfucker. Um, so
Sorry. to interrupt really quick, Ian. Cyrena is very obviously like trying to get as close to the walls, like the sides of the cell as possible. Like trying not to be near the center whatsoever. She's just like slowly walking over there.
Oh yeah, if you get towards the closer to the edge of the cell, you'll notice that outside of the cell is not really what you thought it was. It is an abyss.
Cyrena's just not even really paying attention to the conversation. Very like looking around, doing the Winona Ryder like thing while y'all are talking.
So no, you don't need to be here, so to speak, but you really haven't been doing your job, have you?
What job? I don't answer to any bitch here. What job are you talking about, motherfucker?
Well, number one, you're moving stuff around that you ain't supposed to be moving around, and well, that's messing up one master's plan. But you know you're the other key.
The other key to what?
Oh, come on. You don't notice every time you do something spectacular, something terrible happens?
Terrible is relative.
Mm-hmm. It is, and that's why it should happen.
All right.
So that's the thing, is we just need you to keep doing what you do.
You know, if you could stop talking in riddles and just flat out explain yourself. I thought men liked mansplaining things. Isn't that the new terminology, Cyrena? You're young. Um, exactly. So can you do that for us, maybe?
Right. Right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mansplain that for me, please.
You'd think a descendant of a coven would understand this, but
I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be the point where I didn't see this in my vision, but you do a monologue.
All right, let's hear it.
Oh, Lord.
Tell me about this key where I cut your head off.
You are a harbinger of the end. Your actions bring about the end.
I'm a fucking gardener.
Mm-hmm.
I sit on a street corner and I sing.
Mm-hmm.
If you are a demon or a monster, I can fix you up a little bit for a price, of course. How does this mean I'm the harbinger of the end?
Because I don't know how everything works, but when you manifest, well, it brings a little something of the celestial down here and brings us just a little closer to the end.
And y'all want me to do that?
Yeah, that's exactly what we want you to do.
But I thought that. Wait. Are you the person, or is your group the people who are taking the artifacts and putting them all over the place? So we have to go get them again?
What do you know about the artifacts? Well, it must
You
be.
keep telling me I'm moving, that things get moved. I'm not moving shit.
Maybe you know more than you think. I work for the Morning Star, Lucifer. Yeah. Anyway.
While I'm here, can I get a tune-up on this? It keeps messing up.
Excuse me?
What?
No.
Don't shush her.
Thank you, Asuma. You said you work for the Morning Star? Like Lucifer?
That's what I said.
I need to see some proof. That's what they say, right? I need proof. Identification?
Look
Are
at
you
his
sure
ready
that's-
complexion.
Are you sure that's the question you want to ask?
Do I just get
So
one?
are we only entitled to one?
I mean, I was. You think this is some damn movie?
I think you're wasting your time. That's what I think.
I think you need motivation.
I think you need to let us go. Asuma's like got her sword and her axe and her horns
She's got her
Yeah.
sword, her axe, and her bow.
and my bow.
Yeah.
Let us go now.
Maybe. And at this point, yeah, he kind of sprouts these big, giant, leathery wings. Maybe you motivate yourself and you find your own way out.
No, we're
Are
not.
you going to
to
release
do
something
that.
creepy on us?
Nope, you're not going to do that. You're going
No
to let
bugs.
us out. You're not going to open up any weird holes in the ground. You're not going to hurt Pearl. And you're not going to do anything. You're going to let us out. That's the only thing that you're going to do.
No, I'm sure. I'm sure your friend here can get you out. Just has to have the right motivation. See you on the other side, maybe. And that's when he kind of, it's like he points his finger like a finger gun, and it like shoots into the cell right at Pearl. And Pearl, give me a tough roll.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, so I take a +1 forward to prevent things from coming true. Can I extend that to folks?
Yeah, but that would mean you make the tough roll, essentially.
Oh. She's probably tougher than I am, actually. Never mind.
I'm not, but I think that
What's your toughness?
-1.
Oh, I have a +1 actually. I'm kind of tough. Do you want me to do that for you?
If you want to waste it on Pearl,
This would be the
it's-
equivalent of you jumping in front of Pearl. Yeah.
Yep, I am.
oh goodness.
Because
Okay.
fuck that. I respect the hell out of Pearl.
Even though she only disrespects you
Yes,
verbally.
we have discussed this before. Cyrena
No,
wants Pearl to be her mentor, but Pearl is always
She's
looking
just a
down her
crotchety old
nose.
lady.
She is. Oh, that's so good. 13.
Oh hell
I
fucking
rolled
yeah.
a 6 and a 5, and I have a +1 to tough, and then I get a +1 forward. 13, bitches! No
Okay.
holes. Pearl's not getting ganked today.
So Pearl is not getting ganked, but you will still take 4 harm.
Oh.
And you will now take the condition bleeding out.
Ooh.
So
I rolled that high of toughness, and I still get hit.
it was like a 6 harm attack. So we reduced the harm still.
Jesus. Okay.
So yeah, yep. So you that's still pretty impressive, actually.
Wait, okay, so I take where's harm on here? Oh, there it is. So I take 2 harm. You said?
Mm-hmm.
I think you said 4,
4.
didn't you?
4 harm.
4 harm. Oh. 2. Okay. And then I'm bleeding.
Yes.
Cool.
Pearl is raising
I
her
love
hand.
that for me.
I would like to take this moment to pick what I a move for my level up, if that's quite okay.
Okay.
You sure?
Y- uh, I'm not sure now, as you said, but yes.
I'm gonna pick homeopathy. So you've always got some apple cider vinegar and some supplements on hand. When you do first aid, roll weird plus weird. On a 10 plus, the patient is stabilized and healed of 2 harm. On a 7 to 9, choose 1, heal 2 harm, or stabilize the injury. Jesus. On a miss, you cause an extra 1 harm. This move takes the place of regular first aid.
Okay.
Oh hell yeah!
That'll still
Oh my
that'll
god,
still that'll still
Huh?
take you a minute, but you can do it. Yeah, and that makes sense. That makes sense for Pearl. I don't think that's like
You've got
I
those little Boiron tabs in the little blue vial. I
Oh
don't
my
know if
god, yeah.
anybody. Yeah.
Pearl just like lets her bag down and it's just like, oh, you
I
and like
thought
she's like huffing and like acting like she's like her actions are very like worried and concerned, but her voice is like laced with a little bit of it, but you can tell she's trying to like keep up that like she doesn't like Serena, sort of just like you just always getting in the way and getting into danger and she's like pulling stuff out and trying to like uh help her. And so I'm gonna roll.
Yeah, she like notices the guy or the demon starting to make this move, and Cyrena just looks over and she's like, "Damn it!" and then like rushes forward.
with like yeah, no, I was worried you were gonna pick something like it just is like demons go boom boom, like all demons within like 3 yards just explode or something. Like but no, that I think that makes perfect sense for Pearl. So go ahead and roll that.
Right. So that's a 10.
Okay, well,
It was a 9 plus my 1 weird.
so
So that is
oh no.
you are stabilized and healed of 2 harm.
Sick. Okay,
And
so
if so she's
not
like
bleeding.
doing that and sees that
Hold on.
it stops the bleeding.
OBS just disconnected.
Oh, goody.
Okay, I think it's back.
What a good
We'll see if
roll.
we get back in. I think we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
Is our audio back?
Yeah, it should audio kit should come back too. Okay.
Okay, so no longer bleeding and then -2 harm?
Yeah. So you still at 2. So Pearl does that. And then is what's his face still there?
He is on his way out, like just kind of vanishing on his way out. But so the other problem, which Cyrena will recognize from their vision, is it appears that the cell is starting to crumble from the edges.
And there
Well,
are no
at least we got you
windows and no
stabilized.
doors.
You're muted? Maybe?
Who?
Julia.
All right, there it goes.
You-
Why don't we try to fly again?
Wow.
If you can do.
I mean, I can try.
All right. Well, you got with your carpet, or are you gonna hold us? Do you even have your carpet on you?
No, but I can carry 2 of you. It might even be a little bit easier if I put one of you in the ood, and then we'll try to teleport again.
Well, put put Cyrena in the ood. She is hurt.
Okay. All right, let's do that.
I'm fine.
Get your
You
ass in the ood now.
Okay.
My God. I'm not. I'm okay. I'm okay. All right. I'm gonna roll weird to see if we can actually fly and get somewhere. I'm just gonna tell no. I am definitely gonna press my luck if I blow the roll. All right. And I have an 8.
Not
Okay.
awful.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
This is how we got here in the first place.
Yeah,
Oh,
8
shit.
is 8 is still a success with a cost.
Mm-hmm.
So you will come out of
End
the
up
cell
in Lucifer's bathtub.
unless you want to spend luck.
Okay. I'm gonna come out of the cell and what?
Well, you will just not end up wherever it was you thought you were. Are you just flying? Are you just going wings and just flying?
Yeah. So I was doing the flying move,
Okay.
not the carpet move.
Not the teleporting. Okay.
Well, I thought the flying and teleporting were basically the same thing
Okay.
because that's how we ended up in jail.
Right.
Well,
Okay.
but I think we specifically teleported. Flying, I thought you just fly.
Oh, so I have a move that is like flying slash teleporting, as opposed to flying on the carpet, which I would
Oh,
use
oh,
weird
oh,
for.
okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
are we
Okay.
teleporting then?
Yeah. Yeah. So we're teleporting.
Okay. So the cost
trying
will
to.
be before you decide whether or not you spend luck. The cost will be that you will teleport somewhere that you do not intend.
Okay. Yes, I am.
You am
You're
what?
gonna
Did
do
we
it. Good luck.
also did we figure out what the other sign was? Was that Armies of the Dead or something?
Well, I was gonna flip back to the other team and show that, but yeah, it was sort of the veil is lifting.
Veil is lifting. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna spend another thing of luck.
Okay.
And this time, it's not so much praying. It's like, hey, look, I don't know what kind of joke is going on here, but we had an agreement that if I needed your help, you would help me, but not the way I help people. Not like a djinn and not like, yeah, I'll help you, but I will bring on the apocalypse a little bit more. Please, could you maybe just be a little bit nicer about it? Just please. Please. I've been good. Been good. I've been real good. All right.
Okay.
And that is it.
So off you go, and we'll flip back to Bryn and Theo, who I guess are just showing showing pictures to their friend of people on the street.
I think we're literally just like driving and just looking as we drive in circles.
While Theo tells Bryn about the demon cop.
Yep. Also, I think like halfway through all of this, it just sort of dawns on Theo that he just up and showed up and immediately started Bryn and the group on this mission. And like he just showed up to his late friend's shop and his family was there, and so it just suddenly becomes like acutely aware of this. And so what were you up to before you had to take over the shop?
Oh. Well, not much. I just got out of uni, so I was for the second time. So I was taking kind of a gap year for the second time. I didn't really know what I was doing, if I'm honest. I just kept going back to school.
Probably not going to school for running an antique shop, I imagine.
No, the first one was history, and the second one was literature.
Well, I suppose it's tangentially related, but not how you were expecting.
I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest.
Yes, that's fair. I reckon it probably has nothing to do with anything that we're winding ourselves up in right now.
No, but um, I just, she kind of sighs and she's like, "Well, my favorite times were summers here, and Uncle Cyril was always a little weird, and that's fine."
Yeah, he was an oddball. But that was one of the charming bits.
I think I'm starting to realize maybe I was sent here because I'm weird too.
Ain't the worst thing in the world. We're all a bit weird.
No, I like it here. I didn't know this is where I'd end up, but I like it.
If it's any consolation, I imagine Ship didn't I guess Cyril, for you didn't expect you to wind up here either. So, on account of there weren't much left here to prep you for it. I think he probably hoped for bigger and better things with you being in school and all.
Well, I was the one. I was the one in his will, but um, I don't know if he expected it to happen now.
True that, and I think there's a sizable difference between wanting it for somebody and knowing who the best person suited for it is. Like you said, you're a little bit weird too.
Yeah, more than I expected. That. Yeah, I don't mind. I'm just still getting used to it.
Fair enough. This ain't that big of a town. They couldn't have gone too terribly far after we
I think
circled a
we've
second
made our
time.
way around. I think we're nearly around the second time, which makes me think that they're in a building or maybe a forest or.
So something strange you notice if you've been going around is you do think that you see more people than you did the first time, but
Why is everyone out?
like the closer you look, they don't look like normal people. And you
Would
think
you say they're shambling?
some of them are shambling. You definitely think you see something that looks like a Confederate soldier.
Motherfucker. I think actually Bryn, who doesn't do a lot of swearing, swears into her teeth.
You see-
Motherfucker.
You see Uncle Cyril kind of walking around.
That's when I hit the brakes. Like, all the other weird stuff is like, whatever, that's weird. Guy I was intending to see, breaks.
And she just kind of like does one of these so that she doesn't spill tea all over herself and like sets it in the cup holder. She's like, is that.
Well, I hate to say speak of the devil, but, well, there we are.
Oh, shit. Pull over? No, maybe that's a bad idea. What do we do? Are they dead? They're definitely dead.
I just call from the car. Shipped in.
Right.
And he kind of looks over like he hasn't heard in a long time.
I just kind of.
What the fuck, man?
Uncle Cyril?
He kind of walks over towards the car, Fortunately, there's not no traffic, or he probably would be hit by a car. But
It's a small town.
it's a small town.
Why? Why are you here?
I live here.
Well,
I think I
bit
have
of
to
a
be
past
to-
tense, I'd say.
What?
Why do you think you're here? Let's start with that.
Oh no. I'm dead.
Yeah.
Do you want
Sorry
to get
about
in the
that.
car?
I think I best not. Well, if I'm here, that can't be good, right?
No, probably not. We've been doing well since well, Bryn here started it off, and then I picked it up once I arrived, getting things back on the shelf. But it looks like it's not quite filled up enough. If we're already here, though, I don't remember this in the prophecy. This is extra stuff.
Oh, this has to do with the.
Do you know what happened? I'm so sorry. There's so many things I'd like to say to you, but do you know what happened to the do you know why they're not on the shelf? We didn't
It's. You'd have to ask Frager,
right there.
but it has something to do with some kind of a plan. Splitting them up gives them power, and bringing them back together is what. I don't know. I think Freyr wants to do something with them. But I don't think it's bad. I don't know. I wouldn't say trust him.
No, I can't.
Wouldn't say not trust him.
It's a means to an end at this point. We already know for a fact that when everything is assembled, it ain't like this.
No, I think this is related but unrelated.
So someone's trying to do something with the artifacts.
Right, maybe. I think spreading the artifacts around is what unlocked the power of the. Maybe. I think I understand.
The beast?
Yeah. That thing. Don't let that out.
Did one of them tend to do this? I mean,
None of the artifacts are really supposed to do anything. They just kind of do. But the whole point of it was to keep everything locked away, to keep the beast slumbering for another 100,000 years or whatever the hell.
how did you die?
I don't remember.
I was afraid of that.
Here's a bit of a more insensitive question. Was the shelf full before you died?
I think it was.
Shit. I think we answered that first question then. A little bit.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this right, Shipton.
Yeah. And we really need to find our friends.
Get the
Pearl's
artifacts.
helping.
Get the artifacts together.
Mm-hmm.
Try
Just
not
gotta
to let.
find a...
Asima and Fran, and I don't know if you ever met Cyrena, but they're all here helping.
Right.
We'll be
Try
fine.
not to let Asuma use her powers too much. I think that's why
Okay.
I'm walking around.
You think that she did this? Usually she's more of the pyrotechnic kind.
Well, I think it's related.
We'll get to
And
the
that's
bottom
when
of
you
it.
and that's when you hear 3 trumpets. And the sun goes black.
God damn it!
Uh-huh.
And Asuma, where were you trying to go when you flew?
Back to the shop.
Okay, back to the shop. All right.
Yeah.
Well, with that happening
Maybe
and
they see
without
you
the
fly
ability
by.
to
Yeah.
well, I mean, honestly, with that happening and without any sign of them, the only thing I would have thought to do was go back to the shop to regroup anyway, because we're clearly not finding them around here. So put the car in drive, and then really quick stop and just go. Shift it. One more insensitive question. Sorry about this. You don't feel a mighty urge to eat people right now, do you?
No, I think. Well, I don't think much right now. I think it's just more of a wondering.
Okay, just making sure it's something else to put on the list. You
It's
you walk
going-
safe, yeah?
right. It's going to be an inconvenience for everyone.
Yeah.
Bye, Uncle Cyril.
Hopefully we'll see you around before you head out.
Shop's in good hands. Love you, Bryn.
Love you too.
And just car into drive back, like just back in the direction of the shop, like halfway through, just like a semi-uncomfortable, just like
Oh, Bryn's
hand on the
fully
shoulder.
staring out like the passenger side window as well, but like
Yep.
if he does that, she kind of does like thanks.
no problem.
So, are we back in the shop?
Yeah, you made it back to the
Okay.
shop.
When so when Bryn and Theo opened the door, Austin was waiting at the door like this. Like
There you are. Fuck.
Cyrena is sitting on like, I assume there's got to be some sort of. I assume this is like a nicely decorated antique shop, and there's got to be at least like one.
You were in the ood.
One. Oh, that's right, I was.
Yeah,
But
you're
is she
still
out of the
in
ood
the
now?
ood.
Okay.
You're like
Did
in
you
the
come out
in
of
the
the ood? Or are you just chilling in the ood while you recovered?
I feel like once we got back to the shop, I probably would have exited the ood. And just draped myself on a fainting couch. Because now there is a fainting couch in the antique shop if there was not before.
Oh, there
I believe
definitely
it.
was. Yeah,
yeah.
feels right.
So she
Yeah.
is like draping herself, like holding her side where she has her
Dramatic.
injury. Just like,
Bryn is like a few steps behind Theo with like an armful of thermos and just like bright red puffy eyes. Just like
I've been looking all over town for you.
Oh, well, we ended up in jail. Where's Fran?
you ended up in jail?
Yeah.
Fran ran off into the woods. How'd you end up in jail?
Hell jail. It was a jail in hell or something.
Yeah, it was hell jail. It was like, Officer Haloof or whatever he was. He would pretend to be some kind of governor or something.
Oh, that guy.
Where is Fran?
She ran off into the woods.
Cyrena, did you get hurt? And just kind of like sets down the thermos and like pushes past to
it's nothing. It's just a little wound. I'll be fine.
Pearl is like like oh, stop being dramatic now, but like is like actively like tending to Cyrena. Like
She'll be
Well-
okay.
Pearl was about to get shot, and so I couldn't. I got shot. Well,
you stepped in front of me like an idiot. She
That's
could have
mighty noble of
died.
you.
Thank God I had my bag with me. Speaking of bag, and she takes the artifact out and it's just like I still got it. I still have it.
I'll just grab it from her and put it right back onto the spot on the shelf. It's been inferred at this point that I have a general memory of where things went, so just muscle memory goes click right back where it belonged.
Lock it in immediately. Puts the Bryn probably wears the key to that thing around her neck at this point. So it's just like
At that point, also, I'm going to immediately like run to the window and glance out, or to the door and glance out, just to see like, did that fix it? Are they still walking around?
yeah, deadbolting the door behind them.
No, I'm looking. First, I'm looking to see like,
Bryn is
are
like
zombies still
Bryn
walking
is just like
Yep.
All right, so while you're all freaked out, oh, do you like my new look? Nobody said anything.
Sorry, Walking Dead kind of a distraction. Nah.
The what?
And that's when I pull the curtain. Keeper, are there still like shambling people walking around? I go.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Hope that fixed it. That.
oh.
That. To that point though, that is a great look. Have you been using your powers a hell of a lot more?
Why? Well, I mean, kind of.
So we have inside information that the excessive use of your powers might be connected to that, and also that. And I just point up at the black hole sun.
Wait, are you gonna try to mansplain subtlety to me again?
No, I'm going to tell you that you're possibly ending the world. But I can mansplain that too if you want.
People keep bringing this up. That is not what I
Asuma?
do.
And like Bryn rounds on you and is like, Theo doesn't need to explain anything. I wish you wouldn't use your powers so much.
Okay.
I just spoke with my uncle, who's dead. And he said this is because of you.
Me? Wait a minute. I'm not doing this on purpose. I last time I did it, it was to get us here. And
I fully believe you're not doing it on purpose, but point still stands that it's happening.
all right. So what happens when we get caught in devil jail and we can't get out unless I call in a favor?
How many favors have you called?
4? 3? 3. Maybe
That
4.
would line up with the number of trumpets we just heard while we were outside before the sun went black.
Asma,
So,
who are you calling in these favors from?
The Almighty.
which one?
The Almighty.
Darling, you're gonna have to narrow that down.
We were friends. We had she got a bit too ambitious, I would say. And she maybe caught on to my racket with I would call it a racket. With my gardening. There was a bit of gardening competition. Because she didn't like that I was using angels for my compost.
That is not making any sense, Asma. What?
It's a lot to unpack.
All I know is that she's probably a former djinn or a demon. I don't know, but we were cool.
Yeah, is she the one who's causing all this terror?
I don't know. I mean, let's think about it. I make a mistake. Like when the red right hand didn't work, I said, "Hey girl, help me out." And she did. It worked, and then all this other shit happened, but that is not my fault. That is
Was
not
there
my
a
fault.
trumpet sound right after you did that?
No, the angels do the trumpets all the time. Y'all
Right,
just don't
but
hear it.
again, 3 favors, 3 trumpets. I'm trying to see if there's a pattern.
Okay, so maybe so.
So,
But
It seems it might be a little bit less on the using your powers bit and a little bit more on the directly communing with somebody who wants to end the world bit.
All right. Well, I will grant your wish. I won't use my powers as much.
That is how I worded it, yeah.
So, Lucifer Morningstar apparently is the boss of the warden of the jail that we were just at. So just aside from all of this apocalypse stuff, which is very important, we are very likely in, if it's specific, Judeo-Christian hell. Which is not fantastic. And I didn't see this coming.
You know how people say shit like, truth is stranger than fiction, or you couldn't even write that?
Mm-hmm.
That's why I take this shit and I write it, because I can't even make this shit up if I tried. Oh, fucking hell. And Frager, are you around here, you son of a bitch? I'm just yelling out into the shop.
Also, small thing, Ian. So I do have the sight, and this is just a constant thing, so I can see the invisible, especially spirits and magical influences, and I can communicate with, and even make deals with the spirits and things that I see. And it also helps me spot clues when I investigate a mystery. So if there's any invisible, magical or spiritual stuff floating about, I can see it.
I mean, everybody can right now.
Well, yeah, but like if there's
It's fine.
anything hidden, you know.
Well, there's nothing really.
Obfuscated.
There's not really particularly anything hitting right now.
Well, is Frager there? Can we call him up?
I'm just yelling, Frager, you squirrely bastard, come out of here. If you're listening, you pop up all the goddamn time whenever you want to. How about now?
Oh, you're calling for Frager then? Okay.
Yes. Just outright in the shop.
Yeah, you hear sort of a gust of wind, and then a knock at the shop door.
Goddamn.
Hey, yeah,
What?
he can't be human.
No,
He's
hell no.
not. How do y'all not
Y'all-
know that?
Y'all want me to get that, or?
I'll get it.
I'll get it.
All right. All right.
I'm not getting it.
Bryn probably beats folks to the door unless anyone
Irina.
has a particular urge
Pearl
to be
is
there.
slow.
And then I will
Still-
say also,
Still
just as,
draped across the couch.
out of character, does anyone need to take a minute or anything?
I'll need a short bio break shortly whenever there's a good,
Yes.
but I'm not urgent.
I mean, this
You need a
could be.
costume change?
Is it a good
No.
restroom break?
No, I don't need a costume change. But I was just thinking about, because we're about an hour and 15 minutes in, so this could be a good spot to take a short break.
I would not mind a restroom break.
There you
Fair
go.
enough.
Yeah, I've been chugging tea. Like, let go.
Cliffhanger as we open the door.
Open the door, and it's
Is
it's
it Fraser?
Batman. All right, so
Wrong
we'll be back.
door!
Just a couple minutes. Thank you, folks.
All right.
And we're back. Welcome back. Okay, I just looked up and noticed Serena dramatically. No, why it's funny is because like you're playing up this injury that was actually very serious. Like, I don't think you realized you'd been run through.
Well, I think she had like one moment of being like, oh. And then Pearl was immediately doing stuff, and she's like, oh, this is still really bad. But she had probably like just the briefest moment of realization of like, oh, this is bad, before Pearl like stepped in.
Yeah, it's like a demon shot like a demonic like finger through your body, and then Pearl like shoves some leaves in it, and you're fine.
Some
Cyrena's
apple
like,
cider vinegar.
oh, I'm gonna
Apple cider
survive.
vinegar.
Great.
Yeah, just pour that apple cider vinegar in the wound. Rub some Epsom salts in there too while you're at it.
All this is a terrible idea. Please do not do this at home.
Yeah, don't.
The Beloved Nerds does not advocate any. None of us are medical professionals.
Yeah, none of us are medical professionals. Do not take medical advice from us. I've had to
Don't-
say that
Maybe
so
don't
much.
take most advice from us, actually.
Take
Yeah.
all of your
Yeah.
advice from us, actually. Make your life decisions based on what we do in this show.
Hey, kids, how many dice can you eat?
The lotto numbers this weekend are 4, 18.
You can do your own dental work.
Yep. All you
So-
need is some clove oil.
So okay,
Right,
so when we
Frigger
left off,
behind door number 1.
Yes, Bryn was about to throw the door open to hopefully find Frager.
yeah, and it is indeed
Unbolts it and
Frager standing there, looking sort of kind of like he was last time, a little haggard. He's wearing his coat, which looks like it's a little bit more kind of up than normal, as if there's something
Good.
behind it.
just the person we wanted to see. Come in.
What is it?
I have questions.
Don't be shy, boy. Come on.
A few questions, please. It looks like it's better inside than outside right now.
Certainly.
We'll
see
like
that.
step aside to let him in.
Certainly unusual weather we're having.
All right, get your ass in here. That you're calling a draft. We have somebody dying over here. Well, you're not dying. Don't get more dramatic than you already are.
Dying. Oh, goodness. What happened?
Is he inside?
Yeah, he's inside.
Does he come in? Okay, she closes the door. Would you like a cup of tea, Mr. Frager?
It seems like there's more important things. What happened here?
Well, y'all can probably tell him a bit better than we can. At this point, y'all were there.
Well, so it turns out that sometimes you can just magically appear in jail cells in the middle of hell, and then and then those two were also there, and I got shot.
I thought you were in jail here.
Hell.
No, we said hell jail.
Mm-mm.
Oh, I
thought it
thought
was
you
a figure
just
of
meant that
speech.
yeah. Oh
you-
no.
did you
Oh no,
say-
we were.
I wasn't joking when I said that he said Lucifer Morningstar was his boss.
Yeah, I just thought he was up here. That's
No.
worse.
Don't say that name.
There was an
Did you
abyss.
Did you say hell?
Yep, I sure did.
No, it doesn't seem possible you were in hell. We can't. They can't take you to hell unless you're dead.
Well,
No,
we
no,
were
please go
somewhere.
back. No, please go back to the we part, Frager.
What about it? No, I did.
Frager, Frager,
yeah.
Frager, do you remember that fisherman's friend I gave you last time? Yesterday? This morning?
Right.
How's the sulfur doing? How's it working for you?
Well, you won't believe this, but I'm actually on your side.
No, actually, I do believe that because Shipton decided to make sure that we knew that from the dead. Bryn and I just happened to talk to him near 10 minutes ago. So no, I actually do believe that. I would just like for you to be a bit more on our side and fill us in a bit more.
Can I
How
ask
did
you
you-
some questions?
Well, we're
Sorry,
all going
didn't
to
mean
have
to
to
interrupt.
slow down here. When did you encounter Shipton?
Like I said, nary 10 minutes ago, out on the street. Not
Just had a
exactly where I thought I'd
nice
see him.
Casual chat with my dead uncle.
That's quite unusual, but given the times that we're having, it's perhaps not as unusual as I'd expect.
Are
I
you gonna
think-
explain?
I think I, in particular, have been awfully patient with the cryptic messages and the half answers and the an entire shelf of important and like she's like stress drinking tea at this point, just like an entire shelf of important magical artifacts have been stolen. Just go back and get it. Oh, we're not going to tell you it's magic until you find out it's magic. We're not going to tell you that someone's starting the apocalypse. I'm just gonna send you out after a bunch. I think it's time we're all on the same page. I think every one of us is capable of understanding what is going on here if someone just puts it down in front of us.
I mean, good God, Frager, if you've been helping them out from the beginning, like, they didn't know half the shit until I showed up. What if I changed my tour? They'd still be, like, gallivanting around at their own pace, and then we'd be here a lot quicker.
Well, I've been working with the Shiptons for some time. And in that time, my allegiances have changed. Let's start.
And
Yeah, let's start with who I am. And he takes off his coat, and of course there are giant leathery wings. Well, my name cannot be spoken in human language, but I've been known as Belphegor, an archdevil.
Whispered in my ear.
He whispers in your ear, you can hear it.
Okay.
In times past...
Does that sound familiar to me?
I mean, yeah, he's one of the archdevils.
Goetic lords.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Belphegor alone sounds familiar in our tongue.
Yeah.
In times past, I was meant to deceive humanity by telling people things, whispering in their ears, and giving them ideas. And it made them lazy, was what it was supposed to do. I'm a peddler of sloth, as it were. Well, over time I came to like humanity. And that's why I'm helping now.
What?
So these objects are all things... Well, I created them.
To sow discord among humanity.
Right.
The effects are suddenly making sense.
I think if you start to think about them carefully enough, you'll figure out what they mean. You have a bottle of syrup that makes people eat too much.
They're the
a coin
they're the
that
sins.
makes people want to buy things. See what
the
I mean?
deadly sins. Yeah.
Your capitalism.
What?
Well, the coin is.
It's a deadly sin, sort of.
It's a kind of sin.
Oh, what we had lust.
The chocolate.
Excuse me.
The chocolate was definitely lust. Yes.
Yeah, the chocolate was lust.
That was the best one.
We had gluttony with the syrup. We had greed with the coin.
What's the cane? Wrath?
Oh no! The cane was one of my favorite. That was sloth.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
because
right.
they were all
All the
just
people.
laying around. Yeah. Wait,
I was thinking
See,
too much about
Pearl-
him being angry about it.
It's a chocolate.
Oh
but
no, no,
you just.
the little bitey fellow was Wrath.
Oh,
Oh, the Yeti. Oh.
We have a
Oh
good
right,
rapport
because
now. I think
everybody
he's an
was
okay dude.
all riety.
So there's two more.
Pride and envy.
so I missed Lust.
Oh.
You did, actually.
Yeah, you did. I almost got married.
Things got odd.
Hmm.
I
They
wouldn't
I,
say
did.
revisit.
There was an
I-
interesting amount of tension happening.
And then I kicked the demon back into hell.
Yeah.
You know what? That's the one I would have picked to miss. Anyway, so you created these artifacts to sow discord, seven deadly sins, changed your mind, asked. I'm guessing it wasn't my uncle, or was my uncle the first one to lock them away? Or was it someone before him?
Well,
A long line of Shiptons.
yes, it was a long line of Shiptons. I think perhaps actually it was an earlier Shipton that was responsible for Francine's creation, in fact.
Huh.
But, I think that they were meant to sow discord, but having them out in the world brings the apocalypse around sooner. But bringing them together kind of keeps it under lock and key. But
I see.
I think if we gather them in one place, we can destroy them.
So, two left, and then we can solve this.
That is the hope.
So what you're saying is, I'm actually not doing anything to cause all the signs.
Well, I think that how would I put this? I think that if the artifacts being spread out unlocked your ability to contact someone and hasten things, so to speak. Now, if we get them all together and I don't know exactly how to do it quite yet, chop them all in little pieces, we could fix that.
I'm getting this sense that it... Actually, you know what? No. No. I don't know. I got no fucking idea at this point, because this is... I had 4 lines to go on that brought me into this entire goddamn mission, and this is... This ain't 4 lines. This is beyond that.
No,
I have
everyone
a
here has a
question.
role to play. I'm sure.
We do or don't?
I think you said you do.
Oh. Well, I
We're
have
all
some more
here, Andy.
questions for you. I'm going to use what are you looking at? When I talk to a monster capable of reason and speech, it recognizes me and my potential. And if I ask it what it knows, pick one for the keeper to reveal. So, Frager, tell me about who I really am. I'm having an identity crisis right now. Not because of my new look. Would you mind? I think you know me.
Well, Jinn are complicated because they're not human. But they're neither good or evil, right?
No.
You get to pick.
Yeah.
So,
And I've mostly picked good. 75% of the time.
well, in my opinion,
The
that's the best
majority.
you can go for, but I live in hell, so what do I know?
Well, there you go.
I think that you're just someone trying to do the best you can. Maybe maybe you made a deal that you shouldn't have.
Look, I have focused my wish-giving career on mostly us, not humans. I will admit I may have driven some very hard bargains, but I got some good stuff in the end. So I've got some good weapons, you know. I got a lifeline, basically. But I'm sure I've pissed people off. I know Iblis is very mad at me. Azrael, the angel of death, probably want the sword back. Ain't getting it. And you know, Archangel Michael and I have gone back and forth for years and probably wants his axe back, but it's a very useful axe. And I don't abuse it much. But these are all things in the past. I feel like those transactions were satisfied, completed, you know.
Woman, did you just name 3 archangels and think you had nothing to do with this apocalypse?
And people think I'm the delusional one.
Yeah, I did. I mean, like I said, the transaction was complete. They got what they asked for. I got what I asked for in return.
I think what you need to do is take a page from my terrible book and use what you got to do something good. You spend enough time on Earth, you start to kind of like it, right? You make a friend. And then maybe everything's not so, for a long time it was all for me. It was all about, I'm going to make this guy invent Coca-Cola and then everyone's teeth will rot. And then it just wasn't fun anymore.
Good move, though.
I made somebody a lot of money, I think.
I totally froze for 30 seconds. I had no idea what you said. And I've frozen again.
He was talking about liking people more that you stay up on Earth. But I can tell that she's frozen again.
I'll fill you in chat.
Yeah. Just really thinking about it.
Yeah. Lots to consider.
Contemplating.
The weight of the universe.
Plenty to digest. Lots to stew over. This is ladled with lots of good information. Can't remember what the other pun was. That's it. That's all I got.
Ah.
There she goes.
There she goes again.
Hopefully she comes back. Then it will fix
Thank
the.
you.
I'll copy paste what I have already written in chat to fill her back in when she returns.
There you go.
There we
There we
go.
go.
Hello.
Somehow it flipped all the. Lord.
Oh yeah, we're all out of order now.
Yeah,
Well,
it's all
3 of
wrong.
us are.
It's just all wrong. Everything's wrong.
Oh, I'm still Cyrena though. Or I was. Yep. No, I still am.
Hi, everybody. I'm Theo Hart. Come to my new book signing. It's going to be at the Antique Shop from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. every third Wednesday for the whole month. That's right. You get to see me, Theo Hart, for an entire month. Anyway, that's it.
I like you said every third Wednesday for the month. That's just one Wednesday.
You get to see me the whole month, the one day.
I stand by it. Every third Wednesday for the entire.
We're just gonna have to roll with it.
Oh God, yeah.
All right.
I think they won't move.
Oh, I'm
while we're
awesome on that.
streaming.
Oh,
I'm Bryn.
Okay, wait, maybe
I
they
got
will move.
moved back to Theo.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I got moved back to Theo.
I gotta do this. Keep talking while I do the sliding puzzle.
It's
Totally.
already back.
hi, I'm
no,
Asuma.
Brennan-
I don't
yeah.
know the difference between right and wrong, but that's
Oh.
okay.
Hi, my name is
It's
still
getting worse.
Cyrena.
I'm just roasting people. I'm sorry. Oh,
worse.
Theo, you're Asuma now. You can roast Asuma. Asuma, you're Theo. Roast
I'm
Theo.
Theo. Theo, who mansplained to a
I fixed it.
ancient being about
I know.
subtlety.
I just
forgot
love
it.
that initially it was I'm Theo, and that was your roast.
Yep.
No, not
Hey,
again.
guys, roast Theo. I'm Theo. Well, shit.
Hi guys,
All right.
I'm
What is
Theo.
happening?
I am.
I'm
Internally sobbing right now. But
That's
okay,
a
that's
great
fixed
place
now.
to freeze.
Oh,
Is
no.
your was
No, it's
Julia's
gonna
audio
disconnect.
like worked for a second?
Now disconnect and we'll start this whole process over.
Oh no.
Oh, I hope I get to roast someone new. I had a lot for Asuma, and I went with a really mediocre roast, actually. I'm kind of disappointed in myself. I didn't
Oh.
act under pressure.
Oh,
Who are we now?
It's just, you're back to Theo.
Where is your heart? Oh, I'm Theo again. Darn. Hi, I'm Theo Hart. I have a lot of pertinent information that I don't think is important to give to my good friend's what is it called when you're related to someone? Niece.
Relative.
My
I
good
told you
friend's niece,
everything. The
who's
moment I
10
walked in, I just dropped lore.
That time I solved the
Not all
sliding
of it.
puzzle even quicker because I already knew the solution.
All right, let's go.
Excellent. Let's
Okay.
play a game.
I don't even remember what we're doing. What is this?
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, you were talking about how Asuma, like the longer she stays on Earth, maybe like, the more you might kind of like it. So doing good things.
I always like doing good things.
We'll keep doing that.
I mean, I have had to talk you out of doing a few bad things.
Well, unfortunately, good's sort of subjective, isn't it?
Exactly. You know what was a really good thing? I told your ancestor Shipton, I whispered in his ear, and I told him to make Fran's eyes lapis blue. And use lapis lazuli. I think that, she has beautiful eyes.
Well,
I thought that was a good thing.
technically, shouldn't that be some sort of protection as well, right? I mean, double. Anyway, there's a lot to digest here. We need to get those last two artifacts. I don't think this points to the window again is going to change until we do.
Hell,
Or is it?
We also need to find Fran.
That too. Frager, I mean, is the outside gonna change unless we get these artifacts together and destroy them?
well, I think that's all set in motion now.
All right, how do you reverse it?
I think finishing what we've started will do it.
So getting the artifacts together, you have to make full sentences, sweetheart.
Yes, getting the artifacts together.
So not destroying it. I don't know. You mentioned destroying.
We'll get them together
Sorry.
first. We get them all together first because we know I can confirm that part is the important part. Once we get them all
Well,
together, we can visit this whole
I was not going to
destruction bit.
destroy them before we got them together. That's what I said in the first place. We get
Right.
them together and then we destroy, and then that stops it. Yes, but you said you don't think so. I'm very confused. I'm old. You have to explain things to me thoroughly.
I think if we get them all together, it might stop the apocalypse. Ooh, don't like that word or the way
Mm-hmm.
it sounds. And if that doesn't work, then destroying them will.
And if it does work, then destroying them means that we don't wind ourselves up in a similar situation again in the future because they're all gone. We
Very
can't
true.
be
Very
out
true.
in people's hands influencing them.
Which is great because so far I'm a spinster and I don't know if there are any more Shiptons. So
Well, also, do we know if we can destroy these things? I mean, I know Asuma's got like crazy power,
I
but I feel
Frigger?
like, I mean, Frigger, yeah,
Belphegor.
is there
you
something
know how-
necessary to destroy these things? Is it like only an angel can, or only Black can?
I have
or
an
is it,
angelic
like-
weapon.
That's fair. Yeah.
You do.
So,
You do have
do we
several
know,
angelic
Louis?
weapons, and you have a chosen.
So we're good.
Oh, and he's got a bigger sword than I do.
What's that? What's the chosen?
That would be me.
Yes. Well, I mean, I figured. You did come in at a very rather convenient time. But what does
I
that
did.
mean? What?
I came in at a convenient time because I came by to regularly check up on this because quite some time ago, when I was first getting started in my writing career, I came across a prophecy, which now I have to wonder, did you happen to leave that for me, Frager? This all puppet stringing?
Oh, no, I don't write prophecies.
Okay, well, that part makes me feel a little bit better then. Either way, I got brought into this. I knew that we had to keep all these things on the shelf. Talked Shipton into it. I mean, he was already going to keep them there in the first place, but the whole lock it up, nobody touches it sort of thing.
So what does the chosen mean then? That what is your role in this?
My role is to get everything back on the shelf and keep it out of the world.
Right.
Because
Well, Frager mentioned your title when we were talking about destroying it. So does that mean, Frager, that he is the only one that can destroy it, or he has the power?
I believe that he has the means to destroy it, yes.
oh shit.
So,
That's a lot of responsibility there.
What else is new?
So the warden said I was a key. Or I'm part of a key.
Did you... Well,
the key to the apocalypse?
yes,
Which
I
is
think
going on.
when you're using your powers in a certain way, or when you're invoking something, I think it's pushing those wild trumpet sounds and the dead walking the earth and the eclipses and
So maybe it's that
restrain a bit on that would be my advice.
they're trying to
Did you say
push
warden?
you.
I was about to say, speaking of that warden guy, you know any other year type that's walking around up here trying to do the exact opposite of what you're doing?
If you've drawn the attention of a warden, this becomes more difficult.
Yeah, he showed up at the shop already.
Yeah,
right
we
before
told
you
you
did,
about
actually.
him.
He's
Yeah.
the one that watched over us in jail.
Yeah.
Yep, same guy, apparently.
Well,
So he stopped the mask with them, it seems.
that may mean that hell is on to you. Which makes it difficult for me to help you.
So I'm guessing we're not going to be seeing you much after this.
I'll help you where I can, but don't expect a demonic intervention, so to speak. Boy, no one's ever asked for that.
Could I have been maybe talking to the wrong Almighty? I wonder.
It's possible.
Would make sense.
You know what? Let's cross each bridge as we come to it, huh? For now, let's stop the apocalypse.
And soon, because. Yeah.
Well, if we're not going to be seeing you, Frager, how are we going to know what other two objects we need to find?
Well, as it so happens, the next one's related to you, Pearl. Sort of.
You seem to have a lot of connections to people who are connected to these artifacts, Pearl.
It seems that way. Right, well, what is
Well-
it? How?
Actually, kind of. Actually, this one is connected to you too, as well, Cyrena.
Oh,
Are you familiar with a burn book?
a burn book?
Yes.
I thought you said bird book. That makes more sense.
As in a book where people write about the people that they hate?
Yes.
Is that a young kid these days kid thing?
Shit, that was just called a diary when I was growing up.
It's
Yeah.
a popular thing It's a thing.
The reference is a bit out of date, but that's appropriate because the one I'm talking about is from like the 1700s.
Sounds about right.
The reason that you have the powers that you do is because you descend from covens.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I need a small moment to cackle because Zach fucking said that the warden is Regina George, and I just need a moment.
Chat said, "Oh my god, it's actually been Mean Girls the whole time."
I'm sorry. Okay, please. I just wanted to be able to laugh and get that out before I needed to be serious again. Okay.
Stop
please.
trying to make the apocalypse happen.
Oh my god, the apocalypse is not a thing. Stop trying to make the apocalypse happen.
That's my job.
There is a book, a diary, in which these covens used to keep their notes of the people they didn't like.
Yes, a grimoire. I got one of those.
It's like that, yes. That's the one we need to find.
Why?
Because that's envy.
Oh.
Right. Okay. So is this is going to be in a family heirloom of Cyrena or mine, or
I think so. You may have to. I would start by investigating that group that meets in your town.
We
never-
don't know.
Oh,
Yeah, them. Is what it
yes.
is.
Oh, there's the sorry, this is completely out of character. There's a club that nobody knows who's a part of it.
The Skull and Bones.
Yeah. Anyway.
Are you talking about in real life or in the game?
No, in the game. It's one of
Oh.
it's one of the things, one of the features of the town.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, that was Megan realizing in that moment,
Oh.
like, oh shit, it's that group.
Sorry,
Yeah, but
I'm talking about
Frager,
real life
yeah,
here, sorry.
that's there's the issue is that no one really knows where they meet, and no one is really sure who exactly is a part of it.
Don't you have a way of finding things?
I mean, sometimes if it wants to work.
Aren't you psychic, Serena?
Sorry, what?
Aren't you psychic?
I'm sorry, I'm bleeding.
Oh,
I am psychic, yes. I have not stopped bleeding.
No, you have.
Never. I've not stopped bleeding this entire time. I'm continuously bleeding and I'm going to die very soon.
Pearl
I'm not-
Pearl shoves a like cookie in your mouth or something.
Stevie, you are okay.
For the sake of getting on the same page, especially if there's a chance we ain't gonna see you again, we got a burn book we gotta find. What's our last item? Because for the life of me, I can't seem to remember what's on that shelf until we got our hands on it again. I don't like that part.
Is it pride that we're looking for?
It's pride.
Yep.
Pride would be the last one, but it was never on the shelf.
Oh, well, that part makes it... Alright.
Well, I
And I
guess that
don't-
makes sense.
Wait, is that you?
Is it me? No. Don't be ridiculous.
I feel like that's a fair question.
It's
It
not
is.
me.
No.
Okay, good.
But
Well, you created it, so what is it?
I didn't create that one.
Who did?
I don't know.
It was the warden, wasn't it?
It's not
the word.
Fran.
Fran?
Francine?
No, the Shiptons made her.
I know, but Frager said he didn't make her. He didn't make the last one.
Raker didn't make Pride.
If I'm remembering my
Oh no.
my lore correctly, pride is often associated with the name that Frager said we shouldn't be saying.
That's true, but no.
Pride comes
No,
before the
it's,
fall.
No.
it makes sense.
Thank God we don't have to fight Lucifer.
No, that'd be fun.
No,
No,
I think
Frager. What makes sense? Tell us.
I think Azuma has it. It didn't occur to me until just then.
How is Fran prideful? That is nonsense.
It's not that no. Think
No,
through it a bit.
it's-
Like it's not that Fran is prideful. It's that Fran's creation itself was an act of supreme pride, the restoration of life to the dead.
Well, we aren't destroying Fran.
No.
I hope not.
No, we are not destroying Fran.
Absolutely
Great. Well,
not.
then if we're not destroying Fran, which I'm also on the same page with, what are we putting on that damn shelf to destroy?
Well, it seems like if Fran's back here with us and all of the other ones are on the shelf, then I don't know if it means everything gets reversed, but at least it means nothing goes any further.
That is true.
Well, and I guess so. If the artifacts have to be close together in order for it to be okay, then Fran continuing to do what she's always done, watching over and guarding, maybe that'll be enough. She'll be close by.
You know what? We can think of the details later, but you've got a point. Maybe we can find a way to put all of the other artifacts together into something and put it inside of Fran, and then Fran just is the whole thing, and then it's done. We'll have to think about it.
Are you trying to say that we would keep Fran on a shelf?
No.
No, I think Pearl would be the shelf. Oh, not Pearl. Fran would be the shelf.
Yeah. So
Essentially,
she can go wherever she wants.
But
And
also, Fran
she
can take care of
lives.
herself.
She lives for, I mean, ever, maybe.
We can ask her about it when we find her.
What
She's
if we
got
made
a
her living
huge
flesh?
sword? A really, really big sword.
I think
Mm-hmm.
if we have the
Sure
option,
does.
if we have the choice, we give her the ability to live as long as she wants, and we give her the dignity of being able to leave when she's ready. That's more than most of us get. So, a burn book?
Burn
Anything
book.
else we should know?
Be careful if the warden. No, he's really a warden. If a warden is after you, then they're on to you, and who knows what you're up against, but you have the tools to fight them.
But they're not on to you.
Not yet. At least I hope not.
Interesting how that works.
We might need someone like Frager in a position like Frager's in. So for now, if you don't have anything else to tell us, maybe you should make yourself scarce.
Yes, I fear if they get on to me, this entire shop goes into a sinkhole.
Keeps getting
We'll
better
be
and
having none of that. No sinkholes.
Not if I can help it either.
Okay. Well, we know what to do.
Thank you for being forward about this.
I suppose I owe humanity that.
And this time there's 6 of us they've got to off before they can get this back off the shelves. Let's make sure it doesn't happen.
All right.
Does anyone want a cup of tea? And she
Oh,
turns
I
to
would
Yeah.
love one.
That'd
Great.
be good.
I'm just gonna put the kettle on. And she just kind of wanders toward the there's a kettle behind the like cash register and stuff.
I imagine electric kettles are like littered throughout.
Oh, 100%. The nice ones behind the cash register, but you know, there's and there's one upstairs in the kitchen that's
People keep thinking that they're also antiques to be sold, but they're actually just like
That's mine.
strategically placed kettles
no,
for
that's
Bren.
mine too. I'm sorry, that one's also mine. If anyone turns in a kettle,
Why
it
do you have
immediately
so many-
becomes absorbed into the shop. It's how we feed the shop. It's fine.
Has Frager left yet?
Yeah, he would probably step away.
Okay. All right. Well, seeing as we have a missing friend slash artifact and another missing artifact, But we have 5 of them together. I think that and also the fact that we are currently being looked into. I think that it might be pertinent. We don't keep these things on this shelf here, and we put them somewhere safe that they the wardens or otherwise uh can't find it and don't know where it is.
Like the ood.
Maybe
No.
it might be a little I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe they would think about it, maybe they wouldn't. However, I do possess the power of creating pocket dimensions.
Do you think that maybe you could put the whole shelf into it? There's prophecy is pretty specific about shelf being bare and fill the shelf again.
Right. Why didn't we ask Prager about who wrote this prophecy? Because
I did, and he said he didn't do it.
I
yeah, well, he is not very forthcoming about answers.
Bryn sets a mug in front of Pearl.
Thank you, dear.
I normally I'd say there's a piece we're missing here, right? Um and and what I mean by that is if they could just if my uncle Cyril could be murdered or whatever just any time and someone could just waltz in and empty the shelf, then why now, and why didn't it happen to my his forebears before him or the ones before him? There's something missing.
No, you're right. You're right.
And
There's some strategy to this.
Someone found out something.
Well, I hate to be well,
who
I
else
hate
for
to be
tea?
somebody to point out bad things, but I can't help but mention the fact that they said Theo was chosen,
Chosen.
Mm-hmm.
and now Theo is here, and now bad things are happening.
Theo's
You know,
been working
in all
with my uncle
fairness,
for years.
yeah, and y'all, that shelf was empty before I even got here, so bad shit was already on its way.
Well,
I mean, how many of these things did you collect before I even showed up? 2?
2, I believe.
Yeah, y'all had to deal with your own shit while I wasn't here.
I'm thinking, and I might be completely off, but I need to start scouring my uncle's records, and I think I think the shelf has something more to it. It's obviously not just a shelf, right? Maybe there are protective charms. Maybe there's something that keeps people from accessing it or touching it, and we have to figure out what the loophole they exploited was. Maybe they maybe they got someone who could remove the artifacts to remove the artifacts for them.
I That is a very good idea, and I do think that we should investigate that shelf. But I would like to also point out that that warden has been inside here. He has seen that shelf, and he has looked at it, despite our best efforts. He is very aware it is here. So once again, I do think it's important, shelf or no shelf, that we hide those artifacts.
can you take the entire shelf with you in that or in the pocket?
Well,
I don't see why not.
here's the thing, right? The prophecy ends with the shelf being filled, but we're not going to be able to fill the shelf until we have everything that was on the shelf. And Frigger Belphegor told us that as long as they're all together, it's better, it's fine. So, going on that information, we should be able to keep everything together until it's time to put it all together on the shelf.
I suppose I'm just holding on to the part where he said that this place could be a sinkhole. Um
I just
whether or
said
not the art.
I just said that we could keep it all together outside of the shelf until we have the last thing, right?
Yes, but I don't know. I just worry that that could happen before we get all of them together. So, I mean, who's to say that just because they can't attack the bookshelf directly, that they can't attack the shop itself
So
or the street?
Right.
we hide all of the artifacts in some place where they can't touch it.
Until
Maybe
it's
I'm just
time to
getting too technical about it.
until it's time to fill the shelf.
We
That makes
could.
sense to me.
I do have a place in my ood that we could put them.
Well,
I thought you didn't want it in there.
well,
I
Pearl
don't,
does.
but I've got a
Pearl,
garden. I put all
Pearl
kinds
can
of
do
shit
the
in there.
pocket dimension thing.
I'm
We
in
could put
favor of the
put it in a
pocket
pocket
dimension.
dimension and then put
So
the pocket dimension in my ood.
So, while the pocket dimension does seem like an interesting idea, I would like to point out that the last time that you did one of those, a demon came out of it, and I had to push it right back into there. So I don't know if handing it to demons is necessarily the best move.
Well, I mean, I think that maybe see if it is a safe pocket dimension first, before we just throw it in there. Um,
Well, I stick my head in and say hi.
I mean, I'll go in if you're afraid. It's my
Not
magic.
afraid. Not afraid. I don't want anybody dying.
Oh, well, I'm old enough.
I mean, it wasn't so bad.
Cyrena gives Pearl
Got
the stink eye.
Bryn at this point wanders off to just start sorting through her uncle's like old papers and stuff. Like it's just fully just turns around and walks away. And you can just hear rummaging in the like back office.
If y'all think it is safe in here, then we can keep it in here. I'm just saying, I get worried because he doesn't really make a lot of sense. He likes speaking riddles even when he's explaining things thoroughly. And so I just am, and also he's still a demon, whether he has change sides or not. Um, I just think we should cover all our bases. But that's just me. You're the
Well, you gotta
chosen
do.
one, and you are speaking of Bryn, and you are the niece of a long line of people who have been watching it. So y'all can decide, but my magic is here if you need it.
Let's let Bran finish. I'll gesture back to where she went. Let's let Bran finish looking through shipped and stuff. See if she can find anything in there, and then we'll go from there. In the meantime, we got to find Fran because whether or not she's a piece of this puzzle, she's out running around there right now. And then we got to go get this book. So we got things to we still got things to focus on in the meantime.
Fran needs to be our priority. I have a soft spot in my heart for Fran. I have a great affection for Fran. I don't think I might be in love with Fran. We need to find her. Because if
And
we
we
don't,
will.
I might get mad and I might. Well, I feel like we need to find her. It's not about me
No.
getting mad. I never get mad. I was happy.
We're on the same page there
Or what do you mean?
with finding Fran. That's we got to do that quick.
Oh, okay. Okay. I think we should find her quickly.
Ian, does Bryn find anything? Would you like me to roll to see if Bryn finds anything?
Sure. What is it you're looking for exactly? Just
Sort of like information on like specifics here, specifically on like, are there any protective wards up? What should I do? What the fuck is the shelf about? Like that kind of. Do we need to throw it in a pocket dimension? Do we need to throw it in a pocket dimension in an ood? Do we need to, So
What about it?
basically, Bryn's like, okay, the missing piece we have is somebody got this off the shelf, but nobody got it off the shelf before. Why is that? Are there protective wards in the shop, etc.? So,
Can I help with that? Also, because just because Pearl is familiar with magic and maybe would, sorry,
Yes.
sense a ward or
Yes. So that's gonna be an investigative mystery roll for Bryn.
and
And
help
I
out.
love that.
I will again say that I have the sight, so I can see magical influences.
Also, Ian, I sent you something in the Zoom chat in regards to this.
and Pearl, you're gonna roll help out for plus cool.
Yep.
Or that's a cool roll. I
Yep.
gotta look at the.
I'm not all there today. Where did that come from? Sorry, I didn't mean to just swear it. I knocked a glass over that has apparently been sitting behind my computer for some time. um, so it's a base 1 and then plus. Are you adding dice or are you adding a modifier when you
It's
got
just
your,
the help out adds a modifier depending on what did Pearl roll.
No, I mean when you're originally rolling. So I'm rolling. It's been a minute since I've rolled on this system. I play
So
a lot of games.
you roll your 2d6 and then you add
Yep.
the modifier, which is sharp.
Okay, but no, that's fine. Sorry, I wasn't remembering if the modifier was add 2 dice or if the modifier was add plus 2.
Oh, it's
So
just plus 2.
okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Or plus 1 or whatever the number
And
is.
then Pearl's helping out, so that's a plus. Is that a plus 1? Okay.
Plus whatever.
It's so when you help another hunter roll plus cool. So am I like I'm making a cool roll, so like I roll 2 dice plus my cool.
Mhm.
Okay. That's 11.
11. Okay. So Pearl will
Um,
add a plus 1 to Bryn's roll.
Okay, that is a 12 for me.
12.
Oh,
Good
yeah.
Lord. It's kind of funny because a help out roll, generally, like if you get a 7 or 9, it says that you expose yourself to trouble or danger. And I have no idea what that would be in this case. Like, what, like, Pearl, like, trips over something or
No.
an errant book falls on Pearl. Okay, so with a 12,
It's very dangerous here at the antique store. Yes, a 12, please.
so you basically can ask, I think, 2 questions.
Okay.
Sorry, I think my vision is going. Ooh.
Oh, I bet with those in, they're cool though. Just gonna. So probably, I think the first one is will the shelf protect the artifacts from? Will the shelf protect the artifacts? That's the first question.
No, the shelf will not protect the artifacts. The shelf does not appear to have, from the notes about the shelf that you can find, and between that and Serena's sight and Pearl's help, it doesn't have any kind of protective wards on it.
Then my second question is why weren't they stolen before?
Why they weren't stolen before, you're not sure, but the reason you think that they go on the shelf is because of a particular arrangement they are on the shelf.
Okay. Okay.
That is what gives them their power.
Not the shelf, it's the arrangement.
So,
So when they're on the shelf in this particular arrangement on this particular shelf, that might be the key to, I guess like it's sort of like you get the feeling it's like arranging a series of like powerful gems in such a way that it like cancels them all out.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I
I'm
could
thinking
infer
of
that.
some kind of like weird like Legend of Zelda puzzle or something, like
Yeah. There was, I think it was like the first or second artifact that we put on the shelf. Frager very specifically had moved something slightly. Could I
Yeah.
infer that that was like him trying to put it in where it was supposed to be?
you might, yes.
So maybe the reason why this happened was because something got moved slightly out of place.
Right. Bryn's gonna I think that probably like pulls some has been pulling things out, and Pearl came in after a minute to try and kind of sort through things, and everyone's doing whatever, and Bryn's gonna finally be like, that's it. It's the configuration. If we can make a copy of the way things are placed on the shelf on something portable, we should be able to transport it anywhere. Theoretically. I think we can do that. I think I can do that. There's got to be something in this in this shop, and just like flops it. No, wait, and then puts the things back in the locked drawer that need to go in the locked drawer, and we're done with that. Okay. Now there's shoot, and it's just gonna like we'll start wandering around looking for like something plank shaped or something where they can recreate this shelf in a more portable way, basically. So I'm again, don't know if you want me to roll for something or anything like that, but that's basically Bryn's goal here toward the latter bit of this is to recreate something so that they can bring the thing with them, put it somewhere like the Ood or the Pocket Dimension or somewhere to keep it safe.
I would say that the longer that you take to do that, the better. Because what you would want to probably do is like study the configuration and see if like you can copy it. I don't want this to sound too complicated, but like you want to see if you can copy the pattern like on a smaller scale. Because remember, these objects are not like particularly tiny either.
No, so it's basically if this is the shelf or whatever, basically it's just getting rid of the margins. So Bryn's like, okay, well if if it's 100, 100 inches would be a massive shelf.
Okay, I see what you mean.
One of these things, one of these things is a walking stick.
Yeah.
That one I bet is like behind. I imagined that one like, and then the other ones
Laid
are
on the
like,
shelf?
yeah. But yeah, basically just try to be like, let's make the whole thing walking stick size if possible.
Okay.
If that's the biggest artifact.
A really big tackle box.
Yeah.
Okay.
Massive.
Yeah, so,
Well, we're not going to be carrying it around anyway, but like something that would keep it secure and in one place and in the correct. I mean, like literally, Bryn is going to be out there like, okay, hold on a minute. Like, we've got to make sure it doesn't. We got to make sure that like if something happens to the Ood or the Pocket Dimension, it doesn't spill over. I've got some soundproofing foam, so I'm just gonna line it with that and she's just like going for it, like fully MacGyvering this shit at this point. God, she's the nerd. It's her job. So yeah, I don't know if you want me to roll for anything or if we just say she takes enough time to do it. But
Or she somehow magic?
there's probably some magic involved here that she doesn't even really realize she's doing. Still getting the hang of this whole magic thing.
I mean, there is a magical effect involved in this. But if you do roll, there could be a consequence.
But yeah. Well, you've just presented a thing. I just want to say that you've just been like, you could just not roll, or you could roll and potentially have a consequence. Wow, I do love a good story. But I don't know. I feel like maybe I should roll to see how well we do this. How well this turns out. Okay, is anyone helping Bryn? I'm probably going to be using magic.
What do you roll to help again? Is it plus cool?
Cool. Yeah.
Mhm.
I've got a pretty high one of that. I'll help.
I have high magic, high weird, but
I got
no cool.
I got 12 on a cool roll.
Oh, excellent. I pulled about 7 dice out, which is more than I need. There we go. 4. So, the 12 on the cool roll. Do I add a +1 then for this, or is it because you were helping me out, right?
So apparently help bonuses do not stack out up. You can only get +1. But
Oh,
if multiple
okay, yeah.
people try and some of you botch the roll completely, like the one that succeeds could add the +1. So
That's
Okay.
exciting.
could do
Theo
that.
succeeded, right? So
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. I forgot how to add. I'm so sorry. I was counting on my fingers. I apologize. That is a 12 again. That's why I got confused because that's what I rolled last time.
Okay, well.
Plus with the pluses. I was
So
like, that
there's
can't be right.
there's no issue then. You would, as far as you know, you get it completely right. So I don't have to play there's a consequence, but we'll find out what it is someday.
That also means that I don't get it. I didn't fail, so I don't get to mark experience. I'm just too good at this. Yeah, Bryn probably literally does find like I bet it's a case for some antique golf clubs and just like cuts down the side and like opens it up and lines it with like foam and it's just like this goes here, this goes here. This is exactly 18 centimeters away from this, and this is and it's just like okay. And the walking stick goes in here. And I'm just gonna add a zipper. And it's just like, all right. I think we've got it. I hope we've got it. I'm going on the information I have. So we could just trigger the rest of the apocalypse when we walk outside. Who knows? Who's ready to try?
Well, no time like the present.
I suppose there's not much else we could do.
Great.
All right, let's find a real tall lady.
I was
And I
meant to
think-
be reading in bed. This is more fun.
Well,
And I think that's a pretty good place to wrap it up. As much as I'd like to do a scene of the Lords of Hell, talking about the apocalypse, like report what has happened, like Master, we don't know. I think she put
Open
it
the-
into a golf
open-
bag.
Open next game with that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Okay, so I have an idea. If we're all going to go find Fran, Asma hangs back a little bit, and walks real slow, and wants to help, find Fran, but also get rid of the warden.
you saying you're gonna split the party?
No, she's
That
hanging
sounds like you're
back.
trying to split the party.
I'm not gonna split the party. She's walking slowly. But I am gonna use my screw you move. Which means I'm gonna spend another piece of luck here.
We
Wait,
are
how'd you
already
get
in the apocalypse, girl.
You
Also, you granted Bryn's wish.
you had one rule.
What happens when you go back on a wish?
Yeah, can you actually violate that as a djinn?
I can find a justification for doing it.
I feel like there's
that's what she's doing.
consequences.
There's got to be consequences. That's
I'm going to spend a point of luck to get +1 ongoing versus one particular monster. The Warden.
Okay.
And it lasts until the monster's dead.
Oh, that's not so bad.
Yeah.
No.
wait. So what does that do?
Whenever we run into the warden, she has +1 on any roll against him.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
That's super useful.
And
Yeah.
anybody can hear me doing this because I'm not actually talking to the Almighty anymore. I'm just like, look, I don't know who I was talking to before. But if the Warden has done anything to
Awesome.
Fran, my Habibti, I am going to. Anyway, you ready to go?
like, yeah, like.
Pro will like
Cut.
get things ready and then just smack her hand and just
Yeah,
be good.
Four trumpets. You hear 4 trumpets go off, and the creek runs with blood.
Oh boy.
Bryn upends the rest of her tea into the thermos and just shakes her head and heads to the door.
This will make things better. I promise.
We get
I don't
the
make promises.
we get the sitcom ending. Asima. So yeah. So yeah, that's a good place to end. I think that I don't have to ask too many of the questions here, but I think we definitely solved a mystery. We definitely learned something about one of the keepers. We definitely learned something about the world. We learned lots about the world, so that's enough to get 3 of the questions answered. So that's 2 XP for everybody.
I level up because I also prevented my thing from happening.
I level up as well.
You did.
In sort of a roundabout way, but yes, I'll take it.
I think if I've got this right, I think I'm an experience point away from leveling up, which makes sense because I missed last.
Could be, unless you missed something along the way.
I don't. I'll have to look back. I might not even be on a fully updated. I definitely am updated on my character sheet. I'm definitely on the right amount of moves, but I don't know if I'm gonna have to look and see if there is a Bryn 3. It's
I have mine on paper.
yeah, I feel like I'm just gonna put mine in a Google Doc like a sensible person or something. I don't know. But thank you all for joining us.
Thank you, everyone.
I got to show a wide range of emotions today.
Yes.
Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
And I drank an absurd amount of tea.
All right.
We will see you all next time, folks. Not next Friday, but the Friday after next. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Good night.